Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Cast. Welcome back to another episode of Haikyuu. This time we are on Season 1, Episode 16. So last episode marked the beginning for the prelims of the Inter-High tournament. We are having our match against Tokonami, and so far so good for Karasuno. I would think this would be a fairly convincing win for Karasuno, and frankly, it probably needs to be fairly convincing considering who they're going to be up against next. But you know, anything could happen. Tokonami could really pull out some sort of surprise and really give Karasuno a run for their money, so I'm not going to celebrate too early. I've gotten burned way too many times doing that, so I'm not going to get ahead of myself. If you would like to check out my reactions to the next episodes right now, they are over on my Patreon. Episode 17 is available on the Soul tier, and episodes past that are available on the Ascended tier. Those reactions are also extended length, meaning that you get more reaction and more discussion to go along with each and every video. You can also go follow me over on my socials, such as my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Twitch. The links, of course, are in the description. With all that said, let's jump straight into it. They're playing quite solidly so far. Like I said, it seems to be a pretty clean sweep right now. But there's still going to be some conflict, especially with Daichi Ikejiri, I believe his name is. Sure. It means there's a lot of potential for refinement. Yeah. Quite literally the best they could do with their situation. Now they're thinking. Yep. Coach Ukai definitely helps with that. Right. And I'm glad that this anime doesn't do that. It doesn't have these overnight revelations. Doesn't seem to, at least. So far. I appreciate the respect that it gives itself for that. Yeah, there's more than one deadly player to look out for. Yeah. Keep it up. How are you feeling, man? You seem unsure. I love that in these past two episodes, we've been introduced to two different characters, both this Ikejiri and the girls team captain, who very clearly respect Daichi and his leadership skills, and it's more than respect, they admire him too. At least that's the very obvious thing that I'm picking up from it. It's nice to see because he's definitely somebody that deserves that level of admiration. But it's going to be interesting to see whenever Daichi's put on the back foot, whenever he's really like up against the wall, if he's going to hold strong. I have a feeling he will, but certainly wouldn't be as easy. Episode 16, Winners and Losers. So I assume this is the full backstory. He's always had this never give up mentality. That's pretty amazing. Especially for middle school. Or it's more than willpower alone that determines things, which is, I think, going to be probably a recurring theme in this show. Oof, yeah. It's totally okay to be frustrated and totally natural. It's just how you direct that energy. That's all you ever know. It's hard to be angry. He doesn't feel that way. Because you want to feel that way. You want that level of passion for the game. Or you just want to care about something that much. And he clearly cares, considering how much effort he's putting into this. It's really relatable for me. Giving it his all. Like I said, that's not always enough. Yeah, if you came in here expecting an easy game, you're kind of setting yourself up for that level of failure. Definitely some truth to that. Definitely. No, don't be embarrassed about it, man. Don't be embarrassed. People will find that really endearing. Normally. Good people will. I can definitely get on board with a lot of the things he's feeling. Isn't it crazy how just insanely strong Kageyama is? It's almost not fair. Or the best first year there is, period. Go for it. Come on. Oh. Ah. I have a feeling I know where this is going. I'm gonna make a prediction right now. See, look, your teammates would be very happy to hear your encouragement. They're so on board. Yeah, yeah, see? Don't be embarrassed about it. My prediction is that even if Tokonami end up losing this, which I think they will, he's gonna feel that level of upset just because he's now gonna understand that feeling of wanting to win that bad. So it'll be a loss and a win at the same time. Girls' team is struggling too. But she's in a very similar position as Ikejiri is, in a lot of ways. No excuse to quit. Yep. Not over till it's over. There's no time for that. Need to have a Daichi moment. Yeah. She has all the qualifications she needs to be a team leader. Can't think like that though. This is really awesome. I really like this. It's so simple, but it's so relatable. Power through, man. It's such a cool way to mirror this. Very similar lessons from the same guy. And I like how it's flashing back and forth between the matches to make it all seem like one big match. Nice! Hey, you know, that was pretty sick. Pretty good. I'm happy for these guys. Yep. They're taking you seriously too. Yeah, exactly, because they respect you. They know what it's like to be the weaklings. Ah, damn. Well, I think that's it. But, man, there's so much to talk about with this. There's so much here. I love this. So, for one, I can totally relate to the emotional challenges that Ikejiri is having here. I mean, I think we've all probably been in a position where we've been the underdogs, or not on the best team, or just been on the back foot of things more than once, been underestimated. It's very common to know how that feels, and to have everybody around you think that you're the weaklings, it's so refreshing to see somebody taking you seriously. And it's not just anybody, it's the team you're playing against. It's super wholesome because it doesn't even matter what's going on around them. In that moment, on that court, it's only two teams that matter, and it's them, and they're the teams that respect each other so much. It's just so refreshing. Even though Tokonami lost here, I think that they can be incredibly proud of the fight that they gave until the very end. Everybody worked together, everybody smiled, and it seemed like they had a good time. I mean, it is sad because, in a way, this match actually just encompassed the vibe that this entire anime has been giving off this entire time about how, even though we have Karasuno, which is what our main character, our protagonist is on, and all of his teammates that we've grown to love, everybody on these other teams, they have their own individual dreams, their own individual drive, their own willpowers, their own lives, and it's reminding us of that. It's kind of like it's bittersweet because even though Karasuno won, which is great, and they have plenty of challenge ahead to overcome, it almost hurts a little bit for these guys. But like I said, I feel like ultimately they can be proud. And maybe even if they are a little bit upset, it's just kind of what he wanted the whole time anyway. He was jealous of back when Daichi was upset that he lost. He can sort of refine that and finally find that purpose and that drive to want to be better. I mean, they can always come back and keep playing, even if they can't get into another Inter High, because I don't know if Ikejiri's a third year as well, because if so, there is no next year. But either way, it's the principle. It's about finding what that thing is to you that means that much to you. So no matter what the feelings are, I think it's okay. And at the very end, he can actually be happy that his friend won and that now they're going to cheer Karasuno on throughout this. This was a really solid match. I think it's going to be hard for me to find a one that I like more than this in this tournament, but then again, it's only the first one, so who knows? You sure did. That is his first ever official win. Yeah, you're not out already. Yeah. Your hard work is paying off. Gotta feel that. It's gotta feel good. Kageyama loves it too. He absolutely loves it. He can totally understand how he feels. The happiness is infectious, whether he wants to admit it or not. Nah, that's not what it's about. I love it that someone that's so strong as Oikawa understands it. Probably because he is so strong that he understands it. Yeah. Now he wants them to be serious against him. They ended up losing too, huh? Okay. Hey. Yep. Ah, she is upset, I bet. It's that painful acceptance. Knowing that you gave it your all and still couldn't make it, it's very frustrating, but yeah. Just gotta go through it. I feel bad for him.
俺にしては頑張ったよな。それなりにサボらずやったし、ふざけて。でも半分本気で、将来は日本代表になるとか言ったりして。そのくせ地味な筋トレになった途端に、テンション下がったりして。これで終わりか。早かったな。まだ6月だぞ。筋トレも走り込みも、もっと頑張ってたら。
I mean, it's easy to say that in hindsight, but it's not always about that. It's not as an individual either, you know? Still play. I mean, not like you never have to pick one up again. But yeah, it's tough. Don't give up, man. Say what you need to say, and say it with your chest. Yep. Exactly what I meant. Got a whole new fan. Yeah. There's no need to be embarrassed, man.
こんな風にあっけなく部活を終わるやつが全国に何万人といるんだろう。何試合もある予選を全部勝ち抜いて全国へ行って。
Only one team can do that, man.
これがフィクションだとしたら全国へ行くやつらが主役で俺たちはエキストラみたいな感じだろうか。
But that's not how this one goes. You know, not everybody can win. Somebody has to go out first. Everybody that goes out first is going to feel this way. Has to be somebody. And you know, just thinking back to the flashback we got, Daichi felt this way for so much longer. He felt it all the way back then, and I'm sure even earlier.
俺たちもやったよ。
私たちもやってたよ。バレーボール。
Hinata knows exactly how that feels. Be the one that wasn't able to win. Knows exactly what that's like. What a first half of the episode, man. That was maybe the most or second most emotional the show's probably been for me. That's tough because it's so simple, but it's so completely relatable. I've been there more times than I can count. Yeah, there you go. Don't get too sucked up in it. And nothing wrong with it. Although we might pick on you a little bit. Okay, yeah. That's not what I thought he was gonna say. I thought he was gonna say the more they might mess up. Yeah. That's more in line with what I was thinking. Ate is next. That's gonna be a whole challenge. I believe in them.
朝日さんがある試合で朝日のスパイクは徹底的にブロックに止められてさ、あの朝日さんを徹底的に止めたブロック。
Right. You've got history with them. It's also kind of funny because I feel like they're setting Nate up to be like the team that you don't want to root for, but they're probably going to give us stuff on their teammates that it's gonna totally change how we feel.
伊達工業は強敵だ。3ヶ月前はあの鉄壁のブロックにコテンパンにやられた。でも今は最強のおとりがいる。
Alright, gassing him up a little bit.
前の道を切り開いたみたいに朝日のエースの前の道も切り開いてくれ。
You need to give Asahi a chance to do it himself as well, though. This guy. This is probably like the nicest guy ever. You guys are really hyping up this this chant, though. And that the fact that you guys hype up this chant so much makes me know that you love this team, which means you must love the people on the team, which means I'm gonna love the people on the team. Not this time, hopefully. This has a lot of personal stake in it. Much different team now, though.
2、3年の中のどっかにはまだ負けるイメージが居座ってるのかもしれねえな。とりあえずこの伊達校に飲まれ気味な空気をなんとかしねえと。
They're also coming off the back of a win, which is gonna feel good. Yeah, that's a little bit extra. He just does not care. He's just so pure. It's such, his heart is on his sleeve. I've said that so many times, but he does not hide a thing. You're seeing the difference right here. Unlike Ikejiri, he has no problem saying this. It is awesome. Someone like that is so rare. Yeah. Yeah, he's awesome.
守備だけじゃない。リベロの重要な仕事はコートの後ろからのチームの鼓舞。本当に優秀なリベロだな。
He's outstanding in every way. Skill and personality. Alright, hey, I'm hyped for this match. Of course, we don't get to see it this time, but I'm hyped for this. They are setting this up so well, and damn, even though I am not Noya as far as personality, he is so awesome. I would love to have that guy on any team I was on. I would just love to have that guy as a friend. Hard to be depressed around him, I tell you what. So yeah, that does it for the episode. I just can't sing enough praises for Noya. I wish I knew somebody in my life that was that almost unbelievably optimistic. I mean, it doesn't come without its trade-offs, of course. Like, he's very passionate to a degree that he will get in your face and tell you exactly what it is that, you know, you need to do and stuff, which can be a little bit obnoxious. It can grind your gears at certain times, but man, I mean, if you know anything, you know that he's telling you the truth. He's not hiding anything. He's not ashamed. He doesn't cut any corners to better himself and to better other people. And man, I think we'd all be so much better off if we knew someone like that, especially while we're teenagers and growing up and stuff like that. They can be such a positive impact, but it's so hard to find people like that because people like that are often like Ikejiri, where they're a little bit more passive by nature. You know, they have a little bit more, I don't want to say more shame, but like they're a little bit more self-concerned that people are gonna like think that they're corny or get embarrassed by saying that sort of stuff. But Noya does not care. Noya knows he's right in the things he's saying, and he is right. So he just doesn't cut any corners in saying it. It's super direct, and it's really awesome. And you know he's awesome because the other team thinks so too. This episode might be like my favorite episode of the entire series so far, and I don't say that lightly, but wow, I was so completely in this one the whole time from the first half with Ikejiri, and I hope, by the way, that we see more of him. I know his journey is over, and it doesn't make sense how we'd see too much more of him, but man, I hope we see more of him because I think he's got to be one of the most relatable characters for me so far. I mean, I really felt like in the corners of my eyes, just a little bit, I felt a little bit of emotion, you know, especially during his speech at the end, because it's just it's so raw, it's so real. And if you've been there, you know, and I have a feeling, you guys can let me know in the comments, but I really have a feeling that I'm not the only one that felt that way. I mean, not on just an empathy level, but based on experience as well. What a guy. What a good guy. Seriously, what a good guy. I love him. So I hope we do get to see more of him. But I guess we'll have to see next time because we have Date coming up. And honestly, I'm expecting big things of Date. Not from skill, but from characters. There's something about them that makes you guys love them. And I want to know what it is. And I hope we get it now. I mean, we might get it later too, but I want some more personal stake for them as well going into this. Because so far, every single team that Karasuno has played against, they've all had their stories, they've all had their drive and ambition, but so far, nothing on Date. So we're gonna have to see. We'll have to check that out on the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.